Speak na po. We can hear po. Hello, we can hear you po. Space na po, Miss France. Nakamute pa si... nakamute pa si ano. Mute pa si... Um, pwede po marinig. Yes, testing po. Miss France, can you hear me na po, Miss France? Okay pa po. Miss France, hindi po marinig.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Okay na po. Okay. Start na
Okay.
tayo.
Uh, so sorry for that difficulty, but magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. I'm so happy to see such a turnout for today's event. So I hope everyone here is happy, healthy, and safe. We will be starting in a few moments, kaya naman sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Tama yan, partner. This is the first very official webinar series of Hands Inclusion for the year 2023. Kaya naman, napaka-special nitong event natin today. Bago tayo magsimula, muna tayo ng konti tahimikan lang tayo na ilan sandali para sa pangalani na susundan ito at ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Yung prayer.
All right. So before while we're waiting for the next segment of the seminar, if anyone would like to comment in the live section, what
Sorry po,
they're
Miss
excited
France.
about.
Proceed na lang tayo sa ating lupahiniran. Okay. Lupahiniran
Oh,
na
okay.
tayo.
Alright.
Wait lang ha. Hello, Bill. Maglupay na lang tayo. Wala tayo prayer. Okay. Okay. Ito muli ang lupang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Ayan. So, hello sa inyong lahat. Ako po pala si Francisco.
Ito na ulit. Ito na.
Oh,
Ito ko na.
Manalangin tayo.
alright. So, the prayer.
Ama namin, sumasalangit ka. Sambahin ang ngalan mo. Mapasa amin ang kaharian mo. Sundin ang loob mo dito sa lupa para nang sa langit. Bigyan mo po kami ngayon ng aming kakanin sa araw-araw at patawarin mo kami sa aming mga sala para ng pagpapatawad namin sa nagkakasala sa amin. At huwag mo kaming ipahintulot sa tukso at iadya mo kami sa lahat ng masama. Amen.
Ayan. So, hello sa inyong lahat. Ako nga pala si Francisco.
At ako naman si Asher Santos po na kumari kay Miss Melanie Medolia. At kami ang mga host niyo for today ngayong gabi na, kasi gabi na tayo. At welcome po sa ating Pinay Prize, our first of many webinars of this year 2023. Pag-uusapan natin ngayon ang pagsulong ng empowerment ng mga kababaihan at tungkulin nila at sa ating komunidad at lipunan.
Okay, so sobrang excited ako dyan. So kung napansin natin, lagi nang nagbabago ang definition ng isang modern Filipina. They are not your stereotypical women. They are now leaders, change makers, and trailblazers in their own unique way.
Magalang kung inaayaya natin si Roy Lamada, ang ating founder ng Hands Inclusion Pilipinas para sa kanyang OP remarks. Roy? As,
Okay, so
wait
while
lang,
we're
sandali
for the
lang. Sige, teka, mute mo natin. Sandali lang ha, for a moment lang. Sabay, wala pa yung download ng OP remarks ni Roy eh. Saan kukuha? Yes po, pwede, pwede, pwede. Um, ayan! Ayan! Nakita ko na. Dahil na po. Para may na yung audio eh. Wait lang. Mute ko na yung mic.
Okay, so it seems that we're experiencing some technical difficulties. So in the meantime, we're asking our viewers to comment in the live Facebook Live comment section to let us know what you're excited about. So I see that there are a couple of people from different places. So there's some from Pasay, from Quezon City, Imus Cavite, Quezon City as well, Valenzuela, and quite a lot from Imus Cavite apparently. um, yeah, so if there's anybody who would like to share their thoughts about what they're excited about for this seminar, go ahead. This is a very collaborative seminar. We'd love to hear about what you think, about what you're excited about.
Okay. Okay, meron na yung office please. Papashare ko na
Oh,
lang
okay,
sa inyo.
great,
Wait lang.
great, great.
Ulitin din natin yung skills. Wait na. Teka lang ha, ulitin natin. Take two. Asa ba yung pinakamahina dyan ha? Hmm, Wala pa yung pinaka wait na ha. Asa ba yung share screen? Share screen yung ayan. Ito na. Ito na. Ito na ulit. Ito yung from the top. Okay, from the
Ako
top.
po,
Take two.
a pleasant evening to all mga kaibigan at sa mga nanonood at saka sa mga speakers natin. Welcome sa ating first webinar mga kaibigan. Ako po ay nagagalak na muli na nagkaroon tayo ng webinar dahil kailangan na natin ito at importante lalo na sa mga kababaihan. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and manood na po tayong lahat. Marami pong salamat. A pleasant evening to all mga kaibigan at sa mga nanonood at saka sa mga speaker.
Okay na.
Okay,
Maraming salamat, Roylan. Pasalamat din po namin ang Philippine Registry of Interpreters for the sa pag-provide natin sa mga sign language interpreters sa ating webinar. At thank you, at shout din pala sa iBonti Philippines at sila rin nag-provide ng ating mga volunteers kabila ang inyong likod, Miss Isabel Hernandez at Miss Bea Bularo.
okay. So, wag na natin patagalin pa. Ating ipakilala sina Jonica Kaasi at Karen Navarro, ang ating speakers para sa araw na ito. They will be sharing with us their expertise and knowledge while also helping us understand how we can help fight for inclusion. So, to our viewers, kindly like and share our Facebook Live para mas marami pa ang makasubaybay sa program natin today. Okay, and
Para sa mga
for,
para sa mga
yes, go
Facebook
ahead.
live natin, pwede kayo mag-comment na katanungan about or opinion about sa comment. Collaborative ito. We love for everyone to participate in our discussion. So, sana din natin dalawa muna. Tayo dalawa muna.
Okay, so
Okay, sige
now
na.
we
Okay,
uh,
now we introduce our first speaker, Miss Ma'am Karen Navarro Jonica Kasai, to our virtual stage. Miss Melanie, Johnny, Karen, Jonica. Eto na! Eto na
all
si Miss
right.
Jonica.
All right. So let's introduce Miss Jonica first. Miss Jonica is an alumna of St. Clair Montessori School in 2005 and St. Clair Science High School, graduating with honors in 2009. She took a Bachelor of Science in Architecture at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Santa Mesa, and graduated the year 2014. She is a member of United Architects of the Philippines and also a volunteer of Best Buddies Philippines. She also previously worked with Charm Candelaria Incorporated and M Contemporary Interior Concept Corporation. Currently, she is working as an architect in Design Hirayama, Quesada. Palakpakan po natin si Miss Jonica.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, Miss
Hello.
Jonica. Wait lang. May isa pa. Miss Jonica, let's, let's do it. Let's do it na.
Oh, ah, dinig naman ako, no? Sorry. Um, okay. So, mag-share stand. So, ask ko lang if kita naman yung slide. May icon. Hello. Ah, hello. Clear naman. Okay, okay. Sige. I'll be sharing ulit. Sorry. Yan. So, hi everyone. As what the host mentioned, I'm Jonica Kaasi, an architect. So, I'm 30 years old na nakatira ako sa Taytay, Rizal. So, hi kung sino man yung mga taga Rizal area dyan. And first of all, I want to greet all of you, yung mga viewers natin on social media and yung mga other participants in this um, first ever webinar for this year. So I would like also to thank Mr. Roylan Marlang and all the hosts for including me here and inviting me here and sharing my thoughts on women empowerment. So, yun. Happy Women's Month to all of you. First of all, why do we celebrate ba yung Women's Month? Syempre, to recognize all the contributions and sacrifices of the women from past to the present times. So, kung babalikan natin yung history, very patriarchal or more on bias sa male side yung ating society. Sa mga kung napag-aralan natin sa Spanish era, ganyan, mga panahon nila Jose Rizal. Tapos, nag-start kasi siya, pag binalikan natin yung history, kila President Jimmy Carter. So, siya yung 39th American President. Um, Nag-serve siya sa America from 1977 to 1981 for info lang. So, nag-issued siya ng first presidential proclamation in 1980 declaring the week of yung March 8 as National Women's History Week. So, nag-proceed na lang yun or na-develop na siya noong early 20th century na naging buong March na lang yung celebration natin ng Women's Month. So dati Women's Week lang siya, tapos ngayon Women's Month. Okay. Ay, sorry. Yan. So before anything else, siguro kilala naman natin tong mga sobrang sikat na celebrities or mga famous women the history in the Philippine history. So, ito yung nasa first left corner picture natin. Kilala naman natin siya. Si Liza Soberano. Star siya sa Forevermore. And ito namang second photo, si Pia Wurtzbach. So, siya yung ating Miss Universe noong 2015. And then the third photo, si Miss Jessica Soho. So, isa siyang Filipino journalist. Napapanood natin siya sa GMA and host siya ng Kapuso Mo, Jessica Soho. And then, sino bang hindi makakakilala kay Miss dating VP Lenny Robredo? Isa siyang lawyer, politician, and siya nga yung 14th Vice President natin dito sa Philippines. And next photo naman si Miss Miriam Defensor Santiago. Binasagan din siyang Iron Lady of Asia. Isa siyang lawyer and judge. And ngayon, yung recent update sa kanya, so since isa siyang sikat and magaling na lawyer back then, si Congressman Arjo Atayde gusto patanggil kung saan yung Agham Road ngayon and BIR Road sa QC is ipapangalan na din sa kanya. So, ganun siya ka-famous, di ba? And ito, lastly, ang ating first female president, si Miss Cory Aquino. So, siya yung 11th president natin dito sa Philippines. Yun. So, di ba, sobrang galing and very talented ang mga women. And to think of it from dun sa era na laging male lang ang pinapansin or laging sila lang sikat. Ngayon, mas equally divided na yung male and female sa society natin ngayon. Ililipat ko lang yung screen. Dyan nagkaka-problem. So, paano nga ba natin poprotektahan yung rights ng women? So, di ba sa mga headlines, sa balita, lagi na lang may abuse about women and also yung mga children. So, makakabalita tayo ng mga cases ng rape or panggagahasa, murder, pagpatay, or yung mga violence, yung mga physical abuse. So, paano nga ba natin poprotektahan yung rights ng women? Siyempre ang number one diyan is palakasin natin yung batas or mag-focus tayo sa laws. So dito sa Philippines, may mga itinasa na laws. Magbigay ako ng examples, which are yung mga laws na nagpo-protect sa rights ng women. First dyan is yung maternity leave law. Um, from dati na 60 days lang yung leave ng mga nagbubuntis nating mga um, kababaihan. Ngayon, 105 days na. So, isa yan sa mga laws na pinatupad dito para mas bigyan naman ng pansin yung health ng women. Kasi nga, kailangan din naman nila magpahinga after ng pagbubuntis. And then, yung discrimination against women, opportunity. So, dati kasi mas madaming mga hina-hire na male, especially sa mga field of agricultural or sa construction. Kasi nga, parang feeling ng mga employers, mas magagaling yung males over female. Yan. So, may batas na tayo against it. Then, yung Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children Act of 2004. Meron din yung Anti-Rape Law of 1997. And also yung National Women's Day, which is, ito is nakasunod dun sa pinatupad ni President Jimmy Carter. Ito naman is naiproklama nung time ni President Cory Aquino. Yan. So, isa naman sa way para mas ma-empower natin um, yung equality ng male over female is syempre palaganapin din natin siya dun sa mga opportunities. 'Di ba? Before kasi ang babae parang lagi nasa bahay lang. So hindi siya nagiging or kagaya sa field ko, isa akong architect. So before onti lang yung female na kumukuha nito or mga engineering courses kasi nga feeling nila more on pang male itong course na to. And makikita nyo din sa picture, eto meron na ding mga naging camera woman or yung mga jobs na hindi lang siya pang male, solely for male and for female din. So, meron din mga lady guards or mga lady police. Yun. So, next slide. Ayan. Ito, we should also promote awareness din through the seminar, we promote the awareness and respect dun sa mga ating kababaihan and um, all all those female na nadi-discriminate because of yun nga feeling nila dahil babae sila, onti lang yung capacity or capabilities nila, which is wrong. Kagaya nga ng nasabi ko, mas madaming opportunities na ngayon na ino-open for both men and women. So, um, we should respect each other. Hindi naman siya parang men over women na meron tayong competition. Pero more on helping each other and giving each other ng chances to do better. Di lang sa opportunities, pwede din sa rights na dapat equal lang. Yan. So, mahalaga yung role ng women in inclusion. Yung women kasi is meron siyang mga traits na hindi ko naman sinasabi mas lamang ang female over male, pero mas innate kasi siya sa women, yung mas maalaga, ganyan, mas mapagmahal and patient and very understanding. So, sa yun nga, since we are promoting inclusion, especially dun sa PWDs, share ko na rin na member ako ng Best Buddies Philippines. So, ang nag-invite sa akin is both women din, si Miss Angeline Onrubia and Miss Cathy Cha. Si Miss Cathy is yung former employer ko when I first started working as apprenticeship ko in before ako mag-licensure exam. And then si Miss Angeline Onrubia naman yung former president ng Best Buddies Philippines before si Miss Michelle. So, yun, together with my co-peers, mostly kasi kami na volunteers ay female, which is nakakatuwa kasi makikita mo na nandoon yung encouragement sa isa't isa and yung mga pleasing uh, personalities. And isa siguro yun sa uh, encourage din sa akin na uh, these teachers or these mentors help me kasi being an architecture graduate, wala din naman akong alam in handling the PWD. So these mentors, these teachers shared me different cases or yung ways on how to handle PWDs. So yun, kunin ko na rin tong opportunity to take them since mas naging aware ako on how to treat or to socialize with persons with autism and persons with Down syndrome or yung ating mga PWDs. So, share ko din, ang body ko here is si Gian. Most patients kasi, most bodies kasi namin are males and most volunteers namin are females. So, dito naka-join ko sila Teacher Ralen, Teacher Kimi, Teacher Sam, and all the other volunteers. So, hindi ko na rin masyadong papahabain. That's all for my sharing and hope na may natutunan kayo in uh, the importance of women in inclusion tsaka empowering women. So, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, Miss Jonica. Again, sa mga nanonood ng ating Facebook Live, you are more than welcome to react and send your thoughts and questions through the comment section. So sa tingin ko, something that impacted me the most from Miss Jonica's talk is that um, it's instrumental that we respect each other as people, as well as um, it's imperative that we respect each other's abilities as well, regardless of gender and even other factors, gender, race, and even more. And also, it's wonderful how she came from a background that's not typically affiliated with persons with disabilities. But yun, it's nice that she was able to get into this field, and that she can share her insight as an architect and as an advocate as well. So, how about you? Ash, what do you think?
Um, Maganda yung kwento ni Jenica, hindi lang sa mga lalaki yung yung disability, pati na sa mga babae mismo. Hindi lang yung lalaki, babae, yung lahat-lahat na. At saka isa pa na picture niyo sa yung Best Buddies Philippines. Oo, kami ang member po. Oh, bali nag 2019 nag-start ako sa BBP, BBP, P, P, P. po mismo. What is thought po Miss Jonica tungkol sa ano, yung sa disability sa mga babae sa ngayon?
Ayan. So that's very great insight. So maganda na women are starting to really spearhead leadership roles, and not just leadership roles, all kinds of roles. So ngayon punta na tayo sa ating Q&A session. So kung meron kayong questions or clarifications, pwede niyong i-comment po sa ating Facebook Live.
Okay, before that, ipa-flash na natin yung shots po sa ating okay. Eto muna. Hello, hello po watching from Pasay. Then to Karen Ann Navarro watching from Quezon City. You to Miss Arlene Noini Pucatero watching from Imus Cavite. To Bilisen Macuse also from Imus Cavite. Wow, si Carlos K naman watching from Quezon City po. Po, thank you, thank you. Kasama rin sa Best Buddies Philippines si Carlos K po mismo. To Arias Celia watching from Venezuela. And then to Flora Show watching from Imus. Imus din. Pabati po si Francis Adroina from Care and then hi Saki from Pasay po. Po. Teka lang ha. We're still waiting for your comments. Comments na. Comments. Paki ano na.
Okay, so feel free to comment any of your thoughts, feelings, or even questions that you'd like to ask our speaker, Miss Tronica.
Mm-mm.
Yes, if
Listen
there's anything
mo.
you'd like to clarify, if there's anything you would like to ask her about her experiences with advocating and pushing for inclusion, feel free to comment in the Facebook Live comment section.
Ano, no, nasa 10 viewers pa naman tayo sa Facebook Live.
Yes.
Yun nga lang, wala pa nagko-comment sa kanila. Wala, wala pa. Okay, ganito na lang. Pag wala masyado nagko-comment within few minutes, ano na, proceed tayo sa next portion.
Yes.
So, wait
So
na ha.
so for those who will be watching this when the webinar has ended, no worries, as you can still send in comments through the comment section. So no worries about that, and we will be able to see it as well. So Ash, I think will be
So,
present.
okay, may bago tayo mag second speaker may picture muna tayo bago tayo magpatuloy no, picture muna tayo yo.
Okay, okay.
Kaya ako na po sa space na yan. Okay. While ito muna yung special presentation natin. Let's all watch this muna.
Special Achievers is a non-profit, non-stock, non-government organization which helps children with disability help themselves. The goal is for them to go beyond disability by focusing on their strengths and passions. We have two programs. The first one is mentorship, where we provide free tutorials and training in arts, music, and sports. Currently, we're running this program in Child House, a temporary shelter for children with cancer. Our second program is Expression, where we feature their skills and talents. We started with an echo bag campaign, where we showcase the artworks of two children with autism and market this all over the globe. Special Achievers envisions a supportive community which understands, accepts, and celebrates uniqueness.
Okay, so
Wait na, may isa pang presentation. 5 to ha.
uh,
4 to. May isa pa. Sanay lang ha.
ako na meron man tayong kapansanan o wala, lahat ng mga pangarap natin kaya nating abutin. Basta nandyan yung mga tao nagmamahal sa kanila, nagmamahal sa atin, nagdadasal para sa atin at hindi napapagod para samahan tayo sa journey natin.
And what kept me going was my positive, pure, powerful thoughts. And my thoughts became such beautiful energy. It motivated me and inspired me.
By the way, my name is Rhea. I'm from Rapid. So my question is, can you take us through the process of creating for your documentary?
We only have 25% of the budget when we started in August. What we realized over the years, because we've been doing this NGO project as a passion project for the last 6 years and pro bono, is that if you want to help the children, you have to work with the parents first. So we started with 7 sessions of training with the parents. Only the parents who attend our program can join the program, because if the parents are not involved, it's really going to be difficult for us to help the kids. So we're there at San Antonio National High School every Monday for 4 months. And then our funding stopped. And so we stopped at a certain point. But then SM Cares came in, so thank you SM Cares. So we got funding to continue it. So we're starting again September. We started again this year, August. And then hopefully the funding continues. That's why we're doing a lot of events so we can continue the program.
To special achievers, we can do anything. Posible ang lahat. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, wait lang. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
okay, Miss, Miss
okay, so
Karen.
now we'll introduce our first speaker, Miss Karen Navarro, to our virtual stage. So, just to let you know more about her, Miss Karen Navarro, she's the co-founder of Special Achievers, a for-impact organization championing inclusion through creativity. In the 10 years that she was Special Achievers Executive Director, she and her team were able to build a career for visual artists with disabilities. Currently, Special Achievers artists have regular exhibits at Hiraya Gallery. They also have an upcoming collaboration with UP Fine Arts Gallery this July. Works of Special Achievers artists are also featured in merchandise at National Bookstore and fully booked through Carlos and Friends. They have also partnered with SM Cares to release the documentary Posible Sped Students' Pursuit of the Arts. Karen believes that together we can build a community that understands, accepts, and celebrates uniqueness. Let us welcome to our virtual stage Miss Karen.
Hi everyone. Thank you for the invite. Thank you. Hi. Thank you for the introduction, Francis. Hi, Asher. And thank you,
Hello.
Roylan, for inviting me. So, Miss Jonica talked about the role of women in leadership. So, what I'll be sharing with you would be how how we practically did that, how I and the rest of my co-founders, who are all women, rallied for inclusion and rallied for ability in the last 10 years that we're doing Special Achievers. Okay. So basically, I'm one of the co-founders of Special Achievers, but I started this with 3 other women, and I would like to acknowledge them. Like a speech, I worked with speech pathologist Dana Dane Raimundo to start Special Achievers, and occupational therapist Dana Salonga and Pei Abdul Wahid actually helped me start Special Achievers in 2013. So this March, we're actually celebrating our 10th year anniversary. However, right now that our artists have merged at National and Power Books, and we have regular exhibits at galleries, and we have other collaborations with other museums and galleries. But when Special Achievers started out, it was a very, very humble because I'm an occupational therapist by profession. And as a woman, usually it's very natural for you to nurture and to take care of another person. And so in therapy, Francis would know this. In therapy, we'd see our clients twice a week, um, sometimes 3 times a week. Even we see them every week. And so at some points, and we see them for years. At some points, we become a part of their family. And so I've been seeing two artists with autism, Miggy and Miguel. And what I noticed, since they were around 2, 3 years old, and what I'd noticed, even after 5 years of therapy, they would plateau. And like, are the skills that we've been working when they were 3 year old or 2 years old, are the same skills we're still working on. And what I notice is if they do something they love, like drawing, the skills actually improve. Like, for example, to be very concrete, their skills in terms of attention span is probably just around 5 to 7 minutes. But when they're drawing, Miguel and Miguel can really attend to a task for like a full hour, and they can and their sitting span is around that long, also around 5 to 7 minutes. But when they're attending to a painting or an artwork, they can really sit down for an hour. And so that's when I saw that when children or youth with disability, they're doing something they love, the skills that we're working on in therapy are actually improving. And so I spoke with the parents, can they do art training? And and the parents said yes. So for 2 years, Miguel and Miguel did our training. And then when they saw na ang rami-rami na nilang works, ang rami-rami ng paintings, the parents went back to me and said, anong gagawin natin dito? And that's when Dane, Dana, and Pei thought of forming an NGO, a non-profit. And so what we'd do is we'd put the artworks of Miggy and Miguel in canvas bags, and then we'd market it all over the globe. The thing is, we use social media to reach people, and it came with a campaign. It's called Post for a Cause. So people from all over the globe would post with a bag, and so that gave us media mileage, and that's really the start of Special Achievers. We started with two artists. At that time, they were 8 and 9 years old, and with only 500 bags. So I'd like to share with you the first video of about Special Achievers, and so you can see Miggy and Miguel and the other programs that we had like 10 years ago when we were starting in 2013.
Special Achievers is a non-profit, non-stock, non-government organization which helps children with disability help themselves. The goal is for them to go beyond disability by focusing on their strengths and passions. We have two programs. The first one is mentorship, where we provide free tutorials and training in arts, music, and sports. Currently, we're running this program in Child House, a temporary shelter for children with cancer. Our second program is Expression, where we feature their skills and talents. We started with an eco bag campaign, where we showcase the artworks of two children with autism and market this all over the globe. Special Achievers envisions a supportive community which understands, accepts, and celebrates uniqueness.
So that's how we started with only 500 bags. We were young in that profession then, so somebody even loaned us money to start this project. But one of the bags was given to an owner of a pharmaceutical company. And so come next year, we were tasked to actually take care of their calendar campaign. So we're asked to look for around 10 artists for the calendar campaign. And from 500 bags for the next production, they asked us to produce 12,000 calendars. 11,000, of course, this is a partnership. 11,000 was were distributed to doctors all over the Philippines, and then 1,000 were distributed abroad. And so, because of this projects, it just because of this project, we're able to gather funds because the funding that we receive, we give part of it to our artists, and part of it sustains our program. And because of this program with Proasal Pharmaceutical, we're able to have some fun for a next project. Because with Special Achievers, we have two programs. One is Expression, where we look for really good artists now with disability, and all we do is market their craft, market their artworks, market their skill. And another program is mentorship. This is when we work with children and youth with disabilities and indigent communities and provide free mentorship. Like that's one of the things that Hands and Inclusion are doing, right? Capacity building for PWDs. And we're doing the same. It's just that we're focusing on art and creativity. So I'd like to share with you the mentorship program because of the funds we gathered from the merch sales and from our expression program sales. We're able to have a little bit of money so we can do this mentorship program at San Antonio National High School. We were there for 4 months in 2018, and we'd like to show you the program where we brought arts in a public school.
Special Achievers is an NGO which helps children and youth with disability reach their full potential. Right now, we're doing a mentorship program at San Antonio National High School. We're bringing professionals in creative arts, music, visual arts, dance and chocolate making in a public school to train SPED students.
In terms of training for the theater, they have to know the basics that it's okay to fail, it's okay to make mistakes because with that mistakes, they grow and they get to be comfortable with their own skin.
Parang zero expectation po. Yung skills, marami sa kanilang magaling na talaga.
Basta ano ko lang, kung nagbubukas tayo ng bagong mundo sa kanila, di ba? Kasi yung cooperation ng mga bata, mga teachers, mararamdaman mo.
Andun yung gutom to learn. Which is, ang tayo nakaka-fuel siya to more help kasi nga, madali yung delivery.
So yung kids with visual or hearing impairment, they want to give time to what they're working on para lang may malabas sila na eto ang iniisip ko.
So parang yun po, may future na for them na individually, meron talagang magagawa na hindi lahat, parang lahat lagi nasa therapy lang or something. Like parang paglaka nila, like kaya nila na mag-independent on their own.
Katulad nito, may opportunity kami na hindi namin alam. Talagang sinurpresa kami ng Special Achievers. Hindi ginrab ko na para lang po, kung may pagkukulang ako sa anak ko, natututo ko. At matututo rin ang anak ko sa pagdating ng panahon na wala ako sa kanya.
Our goal is to focus on strengths and develop abilities of children and youth with disability. And we envision a community which understands, accepts, and celebrates uniqueness.
So the vision of Special Achievers is to create a community which understands, accepts, and celebrates uniqueness. And for us to do that, we have to reach out to people in the community to help to include persons with disability in whatever they're doing. And one of the partners that we've had is SM Cares. They actually funded our documentary. You can watch it on YouTube. It's titled Posible, SPED Students' Pursuit of the Art. What you saw was the beginning of the program when we started at San Antonio National High School. It's actually a 4-month program. Pero after the program, we extended pa because when we asked the artists with disabilities what they like, because they know that we're going to do a show for them. They know that they're going to be stars in a documentary. And so we asked them, so, okay, we're going to show your film. What would you like to do? And since we've been training them in the arts, they all wanted to perform. And so we're thinking, but we have to think of our stakeholders. It's always like that. When we're working with persons with disabilities, it's not about us, it's not about our program, it's all about the stakeholders, the persons with disabilities, what they like, what are they asking for. And what I noticed is they really like to be seen. So even if the film is really about them and they'll see their big faces on screen, they're still asking to perform during the film showing. So what we did was, if you notice, theater was there, was on stage, but because they want to perform and want to showcase what they've learned during the program, what we did was we brought lights to the theater, we brought speakers, we created for them so they can perform during the Posible screening. And so I'd like to show you the third video, and this is during the screening at SM Cares. This is at SM Mall of Asia.
Naniniwala ako na meron man tayong kapansanan o wala, lahat ng mga pangarap natin kaya nating abutin. Basta nandyan yung mga tao nagmamahal sa kanila, nagmamahal sa atin, nagdadasal para sa atin, at hindi napapagod para samahan tayo sa journey natin.
And what kept me going was my positive, pure, powerful thoughts. And my thoughts became such beautiful energy. It motivated me and inspired me.
By the way, my name is Rhea. I'm from Rapid. So my question is, can you take us through the process of creating for your documentary?
We only have 25% of the budget when we started in August. What we realized over the years, because we've been doing this NGO projects as a passion project for the last 6 years and pro bono, is that if you want to help the children, you have to work with the parents first. So we started with 7 sessions of training with the parents. Only the parents who attend our program can join the program. Because if the parents are not involved, it's really going to be difficult for us to really help the kids. So we're there at San Antonio National High School every Monday for 4 months. And then our funding stopped. And so we stopped at a certain point. But then SM Cares came in, so thank you SM Cares. So we got funding to continue it. So we're starting again September. We started again this year, August, and then hopefully the funding continues. That's why we're doing a lot of events, so we can continue the program.
To special achievers, we can do anything. Posible ang lahat. Maraming salamat po.
So yes, posible ang lahat. But posible ang lahat with the right partners. If you look at that video, we're working with SM Cares for funding. We work with Liza Di Castro to get the to get our message across. We work with Rappler also to disseminate the information more. So it's very important when you're working in the sector, when you're advocating for inclusion, that you tap the community to help you. Kasi kung tayo-tayo lang, hindi posible ang lahat. And also, now the documentary is available on YouTube. So the link is there. It's a 41-minute documentary, and that will show you the journey of 35 SPED students in the arts. They were trained in chocolate making, in visual arts, and dance, and creative theater, and music. And you can see that how capacity building can really help persons with disability, and the effect of collaboration and the community coming together to really rally for them. What's the effect of that? And also, what's very important in this work in inclusion is that we'll have to keep on doing it, and we'll have to be consistent. If you notice, as I told you, when we started Special Achievers, our first two artists, Miggy and Miguel, were 8 and 9 years old. But we've never stopped there. We never stopped from the Eco Bag campaign. What we did was we kept on training them until they're ready to exhibit. And so now, Miggy and Miguel, along with our other artists, have regular show at Hiraya Gallery, and they'll have other collaborations. So now I'd like to show you where Miggy and Miguel are right now. You notice we started with the eco bags. They were the ones painting it, and it's just on merch. I'd like to show you where they are now after almost 10 years. So if you can please play video 4. So the video will show you our artists at Hiraya Gallery. We started exhibiting there in 2021 at the height of the pandemic. I think it's still loading. And
seen through JM. As you have seen through JM's prayer, art touches us and elevates our life. That's our collection here at so when he was suffered artists to release others in a deep way. We are very grateful that we have young art share the collection of own creation.
There are two constant things in art and love, and these two comes. No, art is the receive so many things in life. Me and my sister are here now. This didn't come from privilege, but we have been aware that we're in the stage kami naman yung magbibigay. Yung nandito, achievers, artists, Karen, Martin, you are by affirming our presence in this world. Ito pala ng proyektong ito, no? So what we're going to do today is to expose the art to the works of masters. So, encourage them, Gallery, Parola, the UP Diliman for the works that they're going to finish.
We've started Special Achiever. That one day
when they came to didn't their parents they didn't believe that somebody or someone will see the
exhibiting from basketball court.
I'm excited to exhibit the paintings that we chose here are being shown, which is amazing.
Well, I hope you enjoy all of the artworks that were exhibited of what for either fashion or I
Universe.
Okay, so that's our current project right now. We just finished it this March 4, February 25 to March 4, and that project was in collaboration with Fundación Sanso and UP Parola, UP Fine Arts Gallery. But to be honest, these are two big names in the art space. We didn't send them a proposal. We didn't send a letter to them because for me it's very important that our artists are celebrated for their creativity, for their for their craft really because it's possible in this field lalo na to just for people to open doors for us just because of empathy kasi nakakaawa naman. Let's give artists with disability a chance. Of course you'd like to take that, but for us it's very important for our artists to be accepted for their worth, for for our artists to be accepted because they're really good at their craft and hindi dahil naaawa lang. So it's very important for us that our artists are really trained and they're master their craft and they're really ready to be seen. So I'd like to show you another video, and this is like I would like to really um show our appreciation for Hiraya Gallery because they're the first gallery who opened their doors to us. And again, I told you that for museums and galleries, I never send proposal, I never send letters because I'd like our artists to be acknowledged for their creativity and our artistry. And for me to see that, I feel like we have to be invited by these galleries to exhibit. And so, can you please show video 4? And you will hear our artists talking about their art, talking about themselves in this video. And right now, if you have time,
JM's prayer. Art touches us and elevates our lives. Mr. Sanso is an artist who donated his art collection here at Fundación Sanso. When he was a teen, he suffered trauma from the war. He almost died twice. And it was through art that he was able to release, he was with others in deep,
okay, thank you everyone for your patience. But I guess at this point, I would just like to introduce you to one of the artists of Special Achievers. Para she can share how Special Achievers help her and she can share about her art journey. Please, I'd like to introduce you to Helena Prudenciado. She just graduated from iAcademy with a degree in multimedia arts. And currently, she's a digital artist. She has exhibited twice at Hiraya Gallery. She's one of the curators for our Sanso special. And she will also be exhibiting this July at Parola, UP Fine Arts Gallery. So please welcome Helena Prudenciado. Helena, you're on mute. Helena, we can't hear you. Can you please unmute? Thank you. All right.
My name is Helena and I just turned 26 years old. Last year, I completed my bachelor's degree in animation at iAcademy. Took me about 7 years, but I was blessed with parents who fully supported my dreams. I love drawing, listening to music, singing, and writing stories. But my ultimate passion is making digital art. I get inspiration from history, mythology, fantasy, nature, and literature for the artworks and the stories that I make. I was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder when I was 4 years old, and my parents have this story to tell. According to them, I was always in a happy disposition and rarely cried as a baby. I had my first word at 8 months when I uttered Papa. I knew shapes when I turned 2 years old. At the same time, I could already hum my favorite songs and I would hit the right notes. I loved Winnie the Pooh, Mickey and Minnie, Barney, and Jollibee. I recognized all the flags of the world at the age of 3. But what bothered my parents was that it looked like I had a world of my own. I would be with other children, but most of the time would play by myself, alongside, and not with them. While I had plenty of words in my vocabulary, I rarely communicated or socialized with other people. Speech and occupational therapies became a big part of my schedule, in addition to formal schooling. I was mainstreamed in neurotypical students, but I would be pulled out for special education classes in subjects that require math, chemistry, physics, and other subjects that require analysis and critical thinking. Because I lacked social skills and friends, I would shut myself into reading books in the library rather than hanging out with children in my age. Thankfully, these times in the library broadened my knowledge, especially on the subject of my interest. According to my mom, my art journey began once I learned how to to hold a pencil at 3 years old. I have not stopped drawing. As a child, I would draw on any smooth surface within my reach: books, floors, cabinets, and shelves. I made murals on the walls of our house. My preference for digital art became apparent when I learned how to use the computer at 7 years old when my mom took me to her office. I used the mouse until iPad and Wacom became available. When I went to college, I had one goal in mind: to finish my animation course no matter how difficult it would be or how long it would take me. For a person with autism, I had high hopes despite the challenges and difficulties. I failed in two major subjects that I had to stop in my second year to reassess if college was really for me or to rethink a better strategy. When I went back, I took a few subjects every semester to avoid stress and failure. My biggest challenge and victory: I did my thesis alone. I did not have friends in the real sense, nor belong to a group because I did not know how to make friends. I was scared at first, but I realized later that working alone would give me the flexibility that I need. I would get to work on something close to my heart. Thus, my capstone project 2022, entitled Home See Home, is my own story and 1 minute animation about the adventures of a seahorse raised in a marine laboratory and later released into the ocean to find a place to call home. What will I do after graduation? That was the biggest question while I was in college, given the fact that opportunities for people with autism are rare in this part of the world. 3 years ago, Special Achievers invited me to participate in art exhibits. In January 2020, two of my artworks were sold in Autism Spectrum Art Exhibit in Manila. In February of the same year, Special Achievers organized the Lip Dance Festival and art exhibit in Makati. I was excited. My artwork were not only displayed for the public to see, they were sold and I got to be recognized. More than that, I was thankful that I got to earn real money for the first time. I thought that was only a one-time deal, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic. But Special Achievers is persistent and tireless in its efforts. In July 2021, they collaborated with Hiraya Gallery and held an exhibit aptly entitled Articulate, an expression exhibit by artists with disabilities. I had never imagined my work to be displayed in a prestigious gallery where well-known and established artists have also exhibited theirs. But thanks to Special Achievers, this happened. Our Christmas in 2021 is simply unforgettable. Special Achievers with Carlos and Friends. Special Achievers partnered with Carlos and Friends. Special Achievers partnered with Carlos and Friends to produce the unforgettable.
Wait lang, it's not moving.
Carlos and Friends to produce the 2022 calendar showcasing the work of 12 artists.
Wait lang. My screen is not moving. My slides are not moving.
Achievers partnered with Carlos and Friends to produce the 2022 calendar showcasing the works of 12 artists with disabilities. The calendars were made.
Anong slide na yun? What slide are you now? You go back to... Sabihin mo, these are...
Okay, these are my.
So what are shown? What are shown on the screen?
So what are shown on the screen are my artworks.
Artworks.
My artworks exhibited in Hiraya Gallery.
Anong slide yan? What slides na? Sabihin mo, what is shown on the screen right now is...
Okay, the next slide is showing Hopping Beat, which is inspired by hip hop.
Okay. Oh, sige na. Go. Go now. Wait.
Our Christmas in 2021 is simply unforgettable. Special Achievers partnered with Carlos and Friends to produce the 2022 calendar showcasing the works of 12 artists with disabilities. The calendars were made available in some fully booked stores. For the holidays, my heart was full and so was my wallet. The Articulate exhibit was repeated in Hiraya Gallery from July to December last year, and every month, one or two artists from Special Achievers were featured each month. Last December, we participated in Accenture's Illuminating Disability Inclusion, where one of my artworks was sold. We had a good start this year. We were taught how to curate artworks for the I Own a Universe exhibit at Fundación Sanso. I was amazed by the works of Sir Juvenal Sanso. I love his flowers and landscape masterpieces. Championing all children's right to self-expression led to the establishment of Special Achievers, an NGO that unleashes the creative power of children and youth with disabilities. They help neurodiverse children and teenagers alike to find their place in this world and to prove that their differences can be used to make our world a better place through their talents and skills. I am grateful to the founders for the opportunity that they have given me. I am even more grateful that they have continued to support me in my journey to the real world. They coach and train me so that I can reach my maximum potential and be gainfully employed in the future. I fulfilled my first dream, which is to get a diploma. My next is like my character in my capstone project to be able to find my home in the world of arts, become independent, and be able to also help less privileged neurodivergent artists, like what Special Achievers is doing. Become a Pinay Pride. Yes, I would love that too. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you very much, Helena, for sharing your story with us. So that's the story of Special Achievers, really. And Helena is one of our the best example to show you that yes, artists with disability, persons with disability can really make a name for themselves in the field of art. And I love what she said next. Like that's her next journey to find her home, really, to find her niche. Thank you for sharing your story. And you are a Pinay Pride right now. Seriously, we're very, very proud of you and we're very proud of what you've become. Okay, do we have questions or what's the next part of the program? Frances and Rylan. Okay. Is there another is the what's the next segment? Are the hosts coming in, Rylan? Challenges like what we what I shared in the video. Funding has
Okay.
been an issue.
Okay,
So
okay.
like that's the difficult part. That's why we look for programs where we can be sustainable. That's why we sell our works. That's why we sell merchandise. And what happens? Our artists are also very generous. A part of the proceeds go to them. Part of the proceeds go back to special achievers, so we can provide free scholarship and free mentorship program for those PWDs who are in disadvantaged communities.
Thank you very much for sharing, Miss Karen, as well as Helena. We really appreciate your time and your effort to share your journey with us. Something personally I'd like to ask is I noticed that Special Achievers has always remained focused on the artists, the student artists. No matter the magnitude of the projects that you're engaged in, you've always been very, you've always been centered in on Helena, other artists like Carlos, and just all of them. do you have any advice for other organizations that are doing the same advocacy?
Right. If you notice, we're keeping our artists small because
Yeah.
even until now, it's really a pro bono project for all of us. Like for the founders, this is something we do outside work. But eventually, since this is our 10th year, we're looking at scaling it bigger because we'd really like to help other artists as well. So we're coming up with another collaboration with the school so we can provide more art mentorship program for more artists with disabilities, and hopefully we'll be able to scale. But for special achievers, we kept it small initially and for the first 10 years because we would really like to see our artists graduate. Like what Helena said in her words, find her home. So I guess until the artists in our care find their home, that's when we're ready to scale. So for Helena, we're looking for though she's exhibiting already and she has merch, we're really looking for a company that will take her in. For the other artists, we're looking at something more sustainable projects that they can do more regularly because we're very yeah, in terms of resources, as I told you, funding is an issue. So what we do is we make do with the resources that we have. We don't take in projects that we cannot handle. And so that's
Yes.
why if you notice we're a little bit small in terms of artists. Pero when we have enough funding, that's when we scale. That's when we did the San Antonio project, and that's when we did the documentary. And if in terms of scaling, what we're doing is a lot of advocacy and awareness work through the film showing and through collaborations with SM Cares, collaboration with schools, up next, we're looking at collaborating with government agencies as well, so we can scale our programs. And it's very important kasi to pilot at first eh. Kaya we're doing it like one school at a time, few artists at a time, because we'd like to really pilot the program. But now that we have done that, at least at this point, I feel we're ready to scale. That's why we're working with yeah, watch out for what's next for special achievers because we're working with bigger organizations and we're looking at scaling our project this year.
Okay, thank you, Miss Karen. That's definitely a great takeaway. For advocacies as well as other NGOs that that are looking forward to do the same. And it's definitely good that you're able to realize that as an organization. And your efforts in trying to scale within the means that you have has definitely really garnered a really big impact. As we can see with Helena, that she's able to hone her talents in a way that she's able to be tapped by different organizations that are very well known in our society. So I believe if there are no other questions in the live comment section. Ah, yes.
I have to leave daw po in 5 minutes po. Wait lang ha. Wait lang, bago tayo, before we proceed, papakita na yung eto. So, sabi kanina na let's collect po if ever. Then, tanong po to Miss, to Miss to Jonica and Miss Karen po. Tayo pala. Wait lang.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tatagal
I
pala.
think I answered that already
Okay.
after. And yes,
What are
Roylan, we
the
can
challenges
collab.
that you pinagdaan as an advocate for inclusion?
Yeah, I think I answered that already. Basically,
Okay.
funding it was difficult initially. That's why we do events, and that's why we do projects that are income generating.
Okay, si Johnny Canela muna.
Okay. For me, yung challenge is, at first, hindi rin kasi wala akong background for handling PWDs. And yun, so isa yun sa naging challenge for me kasi all I have is yung eagerness and willing to volunteer to such organizations that help anyone or everyone. So, yun na, nabigyan ako ng chance ng employer ko to be in the studies. And also, siguro yung time, kasi since it's a volunteer work. Parang yung mismong regular work ko yung nagiging parang challenge para mo i-balance to join the activities, to volunteer and weekdays, ganyan. So, you have to spend time to be with them. And also yung kahit na pagod ka na, 'di ba? Andun yung eagerness and um yun yung nakita ko din with Miss Karen na sobrang eager sila to help and continue yung organization nila. And thank you ma'am for sharing also na may nalaman na naman ako na other organization which helps or yung promotes inclusion. And also it gives me parang more parang a bigger platform then in helping other friends natin with special ability uh, friends with disabilities through artworks nga. So yun, through yun nga yung example nga si Helena. So thank you for that.
Okay, thank you, Miss Jonica, for sharing. We definitely see your eagerness, as well as your dedication to give your time to the to advocating for inclusion and fighting for inclusion as well. So thank you. So let's give it a minute or
Okay,
two. Ah,
okay.
yes.
Pero before tayo since patapos since asa si Miss Karen po, po, na, 8:05 na, we would like to, before we, what is the message po, bago, or anything else, bago tayo mag-goodbye, or bago tayo and remove sa presentation natin?
Yeah, thank you, Asher, for this chance, and thank you, Roylan, for inviting me. Thank you, Hands in Inclusion. I guess the message of special achievers has always been the same all through these years. Let's look at what persons with disability can do. Let's look at what they're good at. Let's spotlight their talents and their strengths. This has always been the message of special achievers. And as a community, let's understand, accept, and celebrate uniqueness.
Yeah,
That's
so
it.
that's a great message.
Wait lang. Nasa,
So
after
I,
na si Miss Karen, na, wait na po, wait na. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Thank you,
you.
Miss Karen. You have to
Thank
go
you
now.
also. Thank you,
thank you
Asher. Thank
for
you, Francis.
sharing.
Thank you, Helena. Thank you, Hands in Inclusion.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, Miss
Bye.
Karen.
Thank you, Miss Karen. So through all of the speakers, we've really it really reiterated the idea of building a community that understands, accepts, and celebrates uniqueness. So we'll be having a little commercial break later on, but before that, let's present some tokens of appreciation for our speakers. So lubos talaga na nagpapasalamat ang Hands in Inclusion sa aming speakers. Naging matagumpay ang ating webinar dahil sa inyong pakikiisa. Binigyan niyo kaming lahat ng pagkakataon na matuto at suportahan ang ating advocacy. Kaya naman, sila ay ating gagawaran ng Certificate of Appreciation bilang tagapagsalita sa ating webinar na Pinay Pride. And so, let's present the certificate for Miss Jonica.
Certificate na po. Certificate na po. Wait lang. Certificate na po.
Hi, Miss Jonica. Yeah, so we're really thankful for your presence today. We learned a lot from what you've shared, especially in trying to spearhead our personal advocacies as women in society that has been particularly patriarchal over history. And especially you, you're a living example of someone who is trying to break the standards that have been set in the past. Yes. So while waiting for the certificate, um, we like yes.
Wait lang ha. Ay, gagawin po yung certificate, ang gagawin mo na abang hintay natin yung certificate po.
All right. So, for those who are watching our live stream, please feel free to comment your thoughts, your feelings, and even questions that you would like to share with us. So, this is a free and open discussion.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait na ha. Nay, nagdarasal pala nagdarasal pala sa, dasal lang pala si
All
ano.
right. So, I believe there are quite a lot of people watching from different regions now.
Ito,
And we would really like to reiterate
ito,
that
ito
you can
from,
watch Special Achievers documentary. The one that Miss Karen shared earlier. It's called Posible, and it was co-presented by SM Cares on YouTube. You can find it in the comment section.
ito,
Um,
watching from Oman Muscati, Ivy Togado po.
yes.
Ito na YouTube, yes, ko na kanina.
All
Wait
right.
na. Asa ba
So,
yung
Miss
document?
Jonica, if you would like to share anything about the organization that you're affiliated with, please feel free to do so. Um,
Okay. So, ayun, we have Facebook page for ayun nga, Best Buddies Philippines.
yes, yes,
To know more about our organization. So we welcome volunteers and also peer buddies who wants to join us. So every month we have different activities. So our president naman, Miss Michelle, is very accommodating. So, if ever na may gusto sa inyo mag-volunteer or interested to know about Best Buddies, please do like our page in social medias. Meron kami in Instagram and um, sa Facebook. So, I'll be sharing na lang siguro on the group chat
yeah.
yung page.
All right.
Thank
So thank
you.
you, Miss Tronica, for sharing a little bit about Best Buddies. So Best Buddies has been around for quite quite some time now. I've heard about it a few years ago, or a few months ago, I believe. And it's something. It's really nice that there's an advocacy out there, doing what they are doing. And of course, I believe your presence in the organization is very instrumental in furthering their vision as well as their mission. So I
Okay,
believe there's some
okay, commercial
difficulties.
muna tayo. Basta, commercial muna tayo. Yung process, bago tayo mag-certificate. Then I
All right.
believe,
Okay. Thank you, Miss Ronica, for sharing the Best Buddies Facebook link.
okay, dito muna tayo magtatapos ang ating presentation. Thank you ulit sa ating mga speakers at sa mga Facebook Live viewers. Makakaroon muna tayo ng commercial break o patatest muna tayo. At pagkatapos nito, matatapos nito sa pagbibigay ng ating certificate. Magbabalik ang Pinay Prime makalipas na ilang paalala. Maghahanap buhay muna kami. Wait lang ha. Kailan ba? Wait lang ha.
Special Achievers is a non-profit, non-stock, non-government organization which helps children with disability help themselves. The goal is for them to go beyond disability by focusing on their strengths and passions. We have 2 programs. The first one is mentorship, where we provide free tutorials and training in arts, music, and sports. Currently, we're running this program in Child House, a temporary shelter for children with cancer. Our second program is Expression, where we feature their skills and talents. We started with an echo bag campaign, where we showcase the artworks of 2 children with autism and market this all over the globe. Special Achievers envisions a supportive community which understands, accepts, and celebrates uniqueness.
Naniniwala ako na meron man tayong kapansanan o wala, lahat ng mga pangarap natin kaya nating abutin. Basta nandyan yung mga tao nagmamahal sa kanila, nagmamahal sa atin, nagdadasal para sa atin, at hindi napapagod para samahan tayo sa journey natin.
And what kept me going was my positive, pure, powerful thoughts. And my thoughts became such beautiful energy. It motivated me and inspired me.
By the way, my name is Rhea. I'm from Rapid. So my question is, can you take us through the process of creating for your documentary?
We only have 25% of the budget when we started in August. What we realized over the years, because we've been doing this NGO projects as a passion project for the last 6 years in pro bono, is that if you want to help the children, you have to work with the parents first. So we started with 7 sessions of training with the parents. Only the parents who attend our program can't join the program, because if the parents are not involved, it's really going to be difficult for us to help the kids. So we're there at San Antonio National High School every Monday for 4 months, and then our funding stopped, and so we stopped at a certain point. But then SM Cares came in, so thank you SM Cares. So we got funding to continue it. So we're starting again September. We started again this year, August, and then hopefully the funding continues. That's why we're doing a lot of events, so we can continue the program.
To special achievers, we can do anything. Posible ang lahat. Maraming salamat po.
it's very inspiring to know that, every time my client comes, of course, they look at the masters, they look at and then suddenly I tell them, oh, you look at this one naman, you see this, I introduce them, and they're so, wow, talaga, very nice naman. And then, I feel bad, wala naman akong mapakita. So I thought of an idea na maybe we have a permanent something. So I thought of like 2 artists or 1 artist every month we can feature. And together with their background here, we can put something about them dito.
My name is Helena Grace Prudenciado. I love to draw. I love to listen to music and sing.
My name is Darla Gaspar, and I'm a digital artist.
Hi, I'm Miggy.
My name is Miguel Luis Pedrosa. I am an artist.
Basically, 22 years old now. Ever since baby siya hanggang ngayon, hilig niya yung music, painting.
Halaksak ko. Hi, I'm Erin, and I obviously paint. Please come here. I need money for Conan Gray's concert. Thank you.
Hello. So thank you for the commercials. I hope everyone was able to enjoy and learn more about special achievers. But of course, our other speaker, Miss Jonica, is here. She's representing Best Buddies Philippines. Can we spotlight her for now?
Jonica, paano na po?
Ayan. So, hi, Miss Jonica. So we encourage everybody to take a look at the Best Buddies Philippines page as well. They have a lot of activities. They have a lot of events that you can join even at the comfort of your own home. So they have a lot of videos that will be definitely enriching for any of our viewers. So we'd love for you to take part in Best Buddies Philippines as well. So
Eto
yeah,
yung
so
page
that's
mo.
it's an overview of Best Buddies Philippines. All right. So yeah, so
Eto,
it's best that you're able to check it out on your own and see for yourself um, how um, how Best Buddies is currently impacting the community. So for now, let's present our certificate for Miss Jonica.
okay, before that, yung Best Buddies Philippines, paki-like na nasa 30,000 likes na tayo. Sana paramihin pa tayo yung within days po.
Okay.
Ayun na.
So
Asa na ba yung certificate?
seems as though there are a bit of
Wait lang, asa na yung
difficulties with
certificate?
this
Nasa account ko.
certificate, but I think it's ready.
Okay, ready na, dito na. Eto na.
All
Eto na.
right. All right. So, this certificate of appreciation is awarded to Jonica Cassie in grateful acknowledgement for being a steward of inclusivity by imparting valuable knowledge regarding women empowerment for the Hands in Inclusion webinar Pinay Pride, held on the 31st of March 2023, signed by Project Manager of Pinay Pride, founder and current president, Roylan Marlang. Okay, so thank you, Miss Jonica, for taking part in this webinar. Your presence is truly appreciated, and your insight, everything that you've shared so far, it's definitely something that has enriched our knowledge about pushing for advocacy.
Thank you din, Asher and Francis. And also Roy for inviting me here ulit. And also to Hands in Inclusion Philippines. So, yun, again, I promote Best Buddies. So, it's a one-on-one friendship. We promote one-on-one friendship with peer buddy and um, buddies with disabilities. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So,
Eto
thank you,
na
Miss
po.
Monica.
Eto na sa certificate na, isa pa certificate po. Po, eto, basahin ko
And
na po. This
right.
certificate of appreciation is awarded to Karen Navarro in grateful acknowledgement for being a steward of inclusivity by imparting valuable knowledge regarding women empowerment for the Health Inclusion webinar Pinay Pride held on the 31st of March 2023, signed by Project Manager of Pinay Pride, founder and current president Royland Marlan.
Okay, so unfortunately, Miss Karen is not able to join. Is not currently available to receive the certificate. Actually had to attend to something else, but rest assured that she will be receiving the certificate naman. So now iniimbitan namin kayo na i-like, share at subaybayan ang social media pages ng Hands in Inclusion. So we have more exciting projects and campaigns planned this year, kaya sana tuloy pa rin ang pagsuporto ninyo sa amin. Okay, so muli, taos puso kaming nagpapasalamat sa ating speakers, especially Miss Jonica and Miss Karen. Thank you for sharing about how you have experienced women empowerment in your life, as well as sharing the advocacies that you are passionate about right now. All right. Thank you as well to our Facebook Live viewers. Bago ang lahat, tunghayan natin ang ating President at Founder ng Hands in Inclusion, Mr. Roylan Marlang, para magbigay ng kanyang mensahe.
Okay. Ito na. Wait lang, nag-antay lang po. Wait lang, yung, sabay yung closing remarks video. Nasa Karen. Wait lang po. Wait
All
lang,
right.
stop
So
share muna.
while we're waiting for the video from Mr. Rylan, we encourage everybody to share their thoughts in the Facebook Live comment section. Feel free to share your thoughts, anything that you've liked about the talk by Miss Tronica or Miss Karen, any insight into the webinar. Everything is welcome, so feel free to leave comments down below. Yeah, so
Ito na ulit.
Magandang gabi muli mga kaibigan, sa mga speakers, sa mga hosts, at saka sa mga nag-volunteer. I want to say thank you sa mga nanood at I hope na tulungan kayo ngayon na marami tayong natutunan kung ano yung shinare nila Miss Jonica and Miss Karen regarding sa kanilang mga topic on women empowerment. So magkita-kita tayo sa susunod na mga webinars at asahan ko lahat makakanood. Marami pong salamat. Pagpalain nawa ng pong may kapal. Magandang gabi muli mga kaibigan, sa mga speakers, sa mga host at saka sa mga nag-volunteer. I want to say thank you sa mga nanood at
Ay, inorid na may video doon ni Roy. Okay.
All right. So, thank you, Mr. Royland, for your words. And we would like to reiterate that Hands in Inclusion is coming up with even more projects and campaigns, and hopefully more webinars in the future. So we are hoping for your support for this. Um, Likewise, pinasasalamatan din namin ang Philippine Registry of Interpreters for the Deaf sa pag-provide ng mga sign language interpreters para sa ating webinar. So thank you rin sa I Volunteer Philippines. Sila ang nag-provide ng ating mga volunteers. Kabilang ang inyong lingkod si Miss Isabel Hernandez at si Miss Bea Balaro. And of course, Miss Jonica and Miss Karen are key speakers for this webinar. So as all good things must come to an end, dito nagtatapos ang ating webinar. Ako si Frances.
At ako naman si Archer Santos sa nala ni Melanie Mendolia. Maraming salamat at pagkipala inawat tayo may kapal. Pilipinas, God's first. Thank you. Paalam sa inyo lahat and magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. Bye everyone.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining our webinar. We hope to see you soon.
Okay. Okay. Note na tayo.